Guys, welcome back to another video. I will be trying to showcase some triggers that I know how to use. I might not get to all of them since I'm not verified on YouTube. So I can't make videos that are over or they are 15 minutes long. So we'll try to go through some triggers. And I forgot I had this, and I do not want this, because I miserably failed to make it. Okay, it's actually like, never mind, I'm not gonna do this, because like I can't even verify it anyways, even though it's like really easy. So, first trigger, color trigger. This thing can change colors. So what this does is color ID 1. I believe if you put it on, I don't really know how this works, but I believe if you put it on group 1, it changes the color. Say I want to do red. What if I don't put it on group 1? Because this doesn't like work like that. Yeah, it does. So group 1 just changes that. If this spike is not on group 1, it should be on group 1. Yeah, I don't know how this works. So all I know is just the background. It can change the background to whatever color you like. So let's say I want a blue background. Yeah. And it's just the same things as you do with the background for like all of these, I think. I don't know what 3DL means, but maybe 3D lines. But yeah, that's what the background trigger does. So next trigger is the move trigger. The move trigger, you have to actually put it on a group. So let's say group 1. The move trigger, just click on edit, click on the move trigger, click on edit object, and then you'll see the setup move command. You want to click this arrow so that it targets group ID, it targets group 1. You can set like how long it takes for it to move. Like I want it to move instantly. And the Y is how you know, high or down or low you want it to be. So negative is low and this is high. So let's say I want it to instantly go up to 1 block 0.8. Since every single 10 Y is 1 block. So for example, I will use 10 if I want it to move instantly. It does that. And if you want to see how long it will take, like visually in the screen, then you can go to here, and click duration lines. And then it'll see, I have an instantly, but if I do this, that white line indicates like how long it'll take for it to move. So yeah, now the spike takes a very long time to move. So yeah. And to go over X, this is left and this is right. Am I right? That's left and that's right. Okay. I'll put this on 1 and then I'll target this 1. So let's say I want it to go right. It goes right. And then the same vice versa for left. Next is the start position. I don't know why. But if you want to, like, let me just, for example, make a level. And if it's too hard for like that part, like I'm just gonna die on purpose or something, you can place a start position to practice the other part. So basically wherever you place the start position is where you're gonna go. So yeah. Next up is the stop trigger. This just tells one trigger, or like how many triggers, to like stop doing its thing. So this move trigger is on group 1, and it's gonna target group 2, which is the spike. And if I want the trigger, let's say just keep on going right, like a move time of that. The stop trigger, just target ID, and it just stops it from moving. Or I don't know how to really use the stop trigger because like, I don't know. It's just like, stop trigger is like not my thing. So I don't know how to really use the stop trigger, so I don't think we should go over it. But just like stops the trigger. Pulse, I don't know how to use pulse. Background, if you wanted to pulse red. Yeah, I don't know how to use pulse. Alpha, I know how to use alpha. So say a spike is group 1. No, this is group 2. Group 1. And you want it to fade instantly, so opacity 0, it's invisible. Fade time, how long it takes to be invisible, but it's not like the toggle trigger. You can still interact with it if it's invisible. But that brings on the toggle trigger. The toggle trigger here is a dude that is just alpha trigger, but more advanced or something. So let's say spike is on group 1, and I set the toggle trigger on group 1. And then, bam, you can't interact with it anymore. And if a toggle is toggled there, and then toggled activate group, you can now interact with it. So that's how to use the toggle trigger. Spawn trigger is like really useful, but kind of confusing. So let's say move trigger moves this block here, because I've been abusing the spike with triggers too much. This block is on group 1, which is what the move trigger is on, so that the move trigger can be on group 2. Spawn trigger will be targeting group 2. And you have to put this on spawn triggered. If you want it to happen multiple times, click multi-trigger, which I probably won't click. You can do whatever you want with the move trigger, like how I told you about the move trigger. And then what it does, the spawn trigger, once you hit the spawn trigger, then the move trigger activates. So no matter where it is, the move trigger should move this block if it wasn't a spawn trigger at the start of the level. But as you can see, the spawn trigger is right there. So once I go there, the block moves up. It's really confusing, so at least you learn the basics of the spawn trigger. Next trigger is the rotate trigger. I'm not really used to this, since it usually breaks my game, since I don't really know how to really use it. But say this spike is on group 1, and then this rotate trigger will target group 1. You can do like 2360s if you want, but I won't do that. You could do like this, how many degrees you want to go. So let's say 74 degrees. The spike will move 74 degrees once I hit the rotate trigger. So it's basically not really that confusing, but I don't know anything else. The scale trigger, don't worry, it's pretty easy. I learned it it took me a few to learn it, under 50 seconds to literally learn everything here. So say this is targeting group 1 and you put this spike. You know, I should just stop using this spike, bro. The spike is getting too much. This block. Now let's use a spot. So say this block is on group 1, and say this scale trigger will target group 1. Scale X, which is like if you want it to be if you want it to be like boom, 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 yeah. And scale Y is just like up and down, you know. So you want to make it like all sides like this or something. Or, you know, you have to like click, you have to make them all big, and then it just becomes big. Now, let me just show you. What the hell? When did I place that? Okay. So and you can also pulse it by just making it like move really fast, and then just place like multiple of them at like the stopping point, where you just do this, and it becomes like really small. Yeah, you get it? Okay. So the next trigger that I probably know is the shake trigger. Strength, you know, if you do that, then the screen might shake, but I don't really know how to use it. I think it has to be 0. I don't know how to use the shake trigger. So yeah, the animate trigger, I know how to use this for a fact, is like these three guys. The other ones won't work unless you like, I don't know. But we're gonna work on these three guys for like the basics. Maybe next video I'll show you the rest of what it can do. So the animate trigger, say you put the big beast, which I just found out it's called that. Totally not through the animate trigger. Totally not. So this guy's the big beast. Say you put it on group 1. Target group 1, and you can look at this help page by clicking this eye icon. And look for the big beast. 0 is bite. 1 is attack 01. So say you want idle 01, which is 3. Animation ID is 3. So it just does that. Let me just make these all like collisionable so you can see better and I can't just die. Also, you would just learn that if you click extra and click no touch, this will happen. They won't kill you anymore. Usually the spike ball kills you, now it doesn't. So anyways, back to the triggers. This is called the Bat, which is also what I named him in Mission. You should totally go check that out on GG Games 9, my account, since I have him there. So, anyways, put the Bat on group 2. And then set another animate trigger, setting group 2. Look for the Bat. If you want it to sleep loop or sleep loop is 7. So put it on 7, and it sleeps, and it loops. Spike ball, never used it, but spike ball you have to put it on 3, and then animate 3. So that spike ball, let's say if you want attack 03 is 5. So let's say that, and then it just does that. It just like laughs at you. Like the secret hollow from the tower. So yeah, it just does that. Okay, so that's all you need to know basically by the animate trigger. It's very, very easy. So the next trigger, I guess I know, zoom trigger. So let's say you want it to like go in. Wait, I don't know. Yeah, you want it to do that. Just set the zoom as that. And this is the time it takes for it to zoom, like 10 seconds. It takes that long to zoom. So, and if you want it to go like really in the screen and set it like instantly, bam. That's basically the basics of the zoom trigger. Guide trigger, I'm pretty sure like shows you like what the cube can see. It's like range or something, I think. The rotate trigger, not the other one, but the rotate camera trigger guy. It's like the rotate trigger, but it just rotates your screen, not any objects. You could set it like move time, 10. Let's say you want this, 360 on 10 seconds. So, yeah, it just does that. It will do a 360. So you get it. It's just a crappy version of the the rotate trigger is basically a crappy version of it, but it's just objects. I don't know how to use this. I know how to use reverse. So reverse trigger is pretty complicated. Not that complicated. I just forgot how to literally use the rotate trigger. Oh, never mind. I know how to use the reverse. Reverse, and then you can make it go in a loop if you want. Touch trigger, multi-trigger. It's like a loop until you like jump over one of them. Because I put it on touch trigger. You see, multi-trigger, it will just like multi-trigger will multi-trigger will just make it like go on forever and ever, because multi-trigger's like it's endless or something. So the reverse trigger, here's like a weird level made with the reverse trigger. So you can't do this in regular Geometry Dash, right? Because it's impossible. Okay, never mind. Okay, I'm just tweaking out. So, you know, I'm just tweaking out. I just tweak out sometimes. So just don't mind that trigger. And I have to end the video right now, so sorry. Bye guys, see you in part 2.